think we have an advantage over other communities in York Region. As a matter of fact, I think we're at a severe disadvantage from other communities. Our transit systems are disconnected. We have problems with housing. We have difficulty with taxis. So we have a significant disadvantage from other municipalities. What can we do to rectify or to change those issues? We can centralize our transit system. We can relocate the bus system, the GO bus, closer to the Davis Drive GO station. We can create housing that is more affordable. And I've yet to hear anybody tell me exactly what affordable is. I'm not exactly sure what the price point is or what the rental rate on affordable housing is. That's something that has to be defined so that we can work towards it. Over the last 35 years of my career, I've spent an enormous amount of time developing PPP projects, which are private-public partnerships, creating housing that is a mix of housing that is very successful throughout the province of Ontario. We need to do that here. We need to concentrate on our intensification routes, which are Yonge Street and Davis.
I think we do have a strategic advantage in Newmarket, several of them. And in fact, I would suggest that Celestica, one of the largest and most progressive companies in Canada, also believes we have a strategic advantage. And certainly sitting through many meetings with the senior executive team there, I learned what they saw some of those to be. And they certainly included the fact that we're a regional center, a regional growth center, not only housing regional government, but being able to support the growth in the communities around us, like East Gwillimbury, Whitchurch, Stouffville, King, etc., and that they see this as the center they come to for much of what they need. South Lake Regional Health Center, incredibly professional and highly skilled workforce in Newmarket, and you hear it time and again, a very, very safe place to live and a very high standard of living. Hey, we're recognized as one of the best places to live in Canada, in the top 25 over and over again. That's a strategic advantage. We have to keep reminding people and selling that and celebrating our success.
John, what are your specific priorities that you are focusing on, and how do you plan to encourage business investment in the area or region based on your priorities?
Thanks very much. I think, and we heard a bit of this earlier, but certainly one of my priorities, and you'll hear it throughout, is building an outstanding community. We're recognized as an incredible place to live and to raise a family, as was said earlier. That attracts people and individuals and knowledge workers and a strong workforce, and that attracts business. And it did so with Celestica, and it's doing so with others. And I could name numerous others, like GenCore is bringing 200 jobs. We've seen the Upper Canada Mall expansion, the new huge medical center on Leslie with almost 100 new employees there. So I think the focus is build an amazing community. Build that community, and that will attract so much more. So my focus will be on that, but at the same time, there's much we can do from an economic development perspective. We don't just go, well, we've built a great community, let's sit back. So one of the things for example, which will be an initiative that I intend to put forward, is that I will be visiting businesses in our community. The one thing we didn't hear enough about, perhaps in the last debate, in my opinion, was the strength of our local business community now and how we can support them and help them grow. So I'll be out meeting the businesses. I know our economic development team will do it as well, but I will as well, hearing what they need, talking about how they can grow, trying to make connections with other businesses in the community, because often those connections spur further growth. So I think there's a lot we can do to support our current local business, but I think first and foremost, let's build that community that we are building. Let's make sure this is a place that people notice, and people are noticing Newmarket now. We're on the map, and let's keep it that way and build a greater community.
I intend on using my 35 years of experience in business, which is building large industrial and commercial facilities that employ tens of thousands of people. The contacts that I've made over the years are contacts that will be with me for the rest of my life. I intend on using the skills that I've developed as a builder, as an engineer, as an arbitrator, and as an adjudicator, working with all levels of government. I have excellent relationships with the provincial government and as well with the federal government. And we need to, especially in today's times of exceptional financial pressures that are going to be forced upon all municipalities in Ontario, we need those connections. We need to be able to convince. I believe I have the skills to convince those levels of government to release some of the purse strings and use my contacts to assist in the development of business in Newmarket.
Thank you, Joe. Okay. What we have to be careful of is when we're not speaking that our buttons are off. Secondly, this is being televised, not televised, but Facebook Live. You can tell I'm old. Facebook Live. And so sometimes that's why we're getting reverberation, so I do apologize. Third question now, Henry, to commence with Joe, please.
So Joe, you're well aware that within 3 weeks, cannabis is going to be legal in Newmarket. What will be your municipal government's framework to work around this legalization, as well as the use of marijuana in the workplace?
Those are two separate questions. To begin with, the time to fight cannabis in our communities was 3 years ago, not today. The federal government has opened up what I call a Pandora's box.